Man, that nigga Yo Gotti smoother than silk round this bitch, man. Man, if that nigga didn't come off as the definition of a hustler in that motherfucking $1 million worth of game video, I don't know who else did, bro. I mean, the nigga literally came across like he could easily sell salt to a motherfucking snail and water to a whale. You niggas gotta learn from shit like that, man. So amongst all of the shit that's been talked about on the internet, you know what I'm saying? All of the allegations, and I'm not even a Gotti fan, but the way that nigga handled himself in that $1 million worth of game interview, you niggas can learn from, man. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, the nigga is literally a wolf in sheep's clothing, man. Come across real, real soft-spoken. You know what I'm saying? You know, polite. You know, the nigga actually answers all of the questions. You know what I'm saying? You niggas can learn from shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know a lot of niggas is feeling some type of way about the dollar for dollar challenge. You know, understandable. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want nobody out here frauding the community and running scams and shit like that on people. But game recognized game, and, you know, a nigga like me seen that from the jump. Like, who the fuck in 2022 is just signing random niggas off of the internet? You niggas gotta be smarter than that, man. Ain't nobody just signing no random niggas off the internet. I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean, how good the verse was. Nigga, Jesus could have wrote the verse. Niggas ain't fucking with it, man. If niggas don't have some type of investment, if niggas don't have some type of mutual connection or a strong or even a weak link for that matter, you know, linking you to, you know, this person or that person, niggas ain't fucking with it, man. So I understand the outrage and niggas looking at them funny. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, you know, if you recognize game, you could have seen that play coming from a million miles away. That's why it's so important for niggas to have game. You cannot afford to be gameless out this bitch. But that's getting away from the subject. You know what I mean? The man handled himself in that $1 million worth of game interview masterfully. And it's a lot that can be learned, you know, from that interview. Niggas well dressed, you know what I'm saying? Very clean cut. Came across, you know, just, you know, with that persona, man. You know what I mean? And you could tell that he has been mentored. You could tell that somebody has been showing him the ropes, you know, for all of these years. Looking at that interview, there is no way that, you know, in terms of his demeanor, that I could have told him apart from Jay-Z. That's just real shit. I mean, think about it, bro. Think about how Hov would have handled himself in an interview like that. Now go look at that interview. $1 million worth of game. It's the same shit. You could tell that he's been groomed, you know, for moments like this. You know what I'm saying? And his understanding of business is one of the main things I feel like niggas can learn from. Even when it comes down to the way that he deals with his artists and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He even went over that, you know, at the beginning of the interview. You know, he understands every individual artist for who they are and what it is that they need as artists. He don't just blanket, you know, every artist with the same amount of monetary investment and treatment. You know what I mean? He understands that each artist is different. That type of shit right there, that'll make a nigga successful. And I know that I'm speaking to somebody that's looking at me right now that endeavors to be a mogul, that endeavors to be in this industry or that industry. You gotta look at shit like that, man. It's important that we pay attention to the things that, could make a difference in the way that we approach things. The nigga handled himself masterfully. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that, I admired about one of the things that he said is he fucks with the youth. This man fucks with the youth tough. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas get older. A lot of niggas get complacent. A lot of niggas get bullheaded and too strong-minded up here in order to, maneuver around people that's younger than them. That's something that he expressly dismissed. Nah, nigga, I don't do that. I fuck with the youth. And that's one of the things that we have to do, man. We have to embrace the people that's coming up behind us, them young hustlers, them young go-getters and shit like that. When we done found a way, you got to be able to pass on that knowledge. You got to be able to give game. And you got to be able to, soak up, game that's given from people that's above you to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I know in the interview, niggas was looking for him to say something incriminating about the Dolph shit. You know what I'm saying? And once again, man, let me say this, man. Rest in peace, young Dolph. You know what I mean? And if Gotti did have something to do with the shit, he didn't express that in the interview, or it's not even indicated at all in that video with $1 million worth of game, Gilly and Wallow. I know a lot of niggas was looking forward to him saying something about that in the interview or incriminating himself. But you got to understand, a nigga like that is being groomed by the best. You know what I mean? A nigga like that can pay for a person to tell him what the fuck to say. And I don't think that, he would have any problems not saying anything incriminating. But you got to understand that, he's a multi-million-dollar figure. He's a mogul at this point. He ain't saying nothing incriminating. You niggas got y'all hopes up. You know what I mean? But even though he didn't say what it is that you thought that he was going to say, or if you loved Dolph, what it is that you wish he would have said, you got to ask yourself the question. What is something that I could take away from the interview? And from a hustler's point of view, and from the point of view of a nigga with some game, it was a lot of game to get in that motherfucking interview, man. You dig? And again, like I said, man, I ain't even the biggest Gotti fan. You know what I'm saying? I was rocking with Dolph. You know what I'm saying? But the way that this nigga handled his business deserves, it's distinguished, bro. This nigga handles business with valor. You got to go look that up. I know a lot of you niggas might not even understand that, but the nigga handled business with a certain level of valor about himself. You know what I'm saying? And that's some shit that should be paid attention to. Niggas need to be soaking that up, you dig? You know what I'm saying? So I just want, I had some thoughts about that motherfucking $1 million worth of game interview. And I felt like, it was necessary to come and share that. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Of course, like the video. And this is your boy Organized. And this is Cheers with Organized. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all fuck with me, man. Comment down below as well. Hit me up and let me know what you think. Peace.